Welcome to the Legends race here at Okayama. This is the full track. You may remember a couple of weeks back we went to the short track, so there's a bit extra on this track that we're doing that course this time. You may also remember I'm not very good at this track. Not very good at starts either, so let's see how we get on with this.
Green, green, green!
Guy behind pirouetted it and lost it straight away. Going to be cautious here, they're too wide. 3 wide nearly up the front. So we'll let them sort themselves out. Much like the last race at Laguna Seca, I will be trying to get through this without getting involved in the incidents, and that might well give me a good enough result for what I'm looking for. Position wise, I'm looking for top 10. I think there are 11 racers, so I should be able to manage that with any luck. Oh,
Right side. You got a slow car on the right. Clear. Go left.
That number 11 came from a long way back. I saw him and didn't turn in because of that, and that probably saved me from coming together with that spinner. So we got him over there. Let's just kept my eye on him, didn't get too much in the gas to get into the area where he might have been spinning to. Luckily he held it quite well there and was able to get racing again without any problems, but I have seen... Oh, let's just keep an eye on him.
You're in fifth. Clear.
I've seen plenty of people lose it and then spin right back across the track. I don't mind the 11 being in front of me too much. He's been diving in from a long way back. He's probably more confident of this car, track, braking ability and stuff. So I'd rather not be turning in on him while he's come back from nowhere, sort of thing. We'll see whether I'm right or not, as to whether he's gonna make it all the way. He may well do, because he doesn't seem to be all over the place. He seems to know what he's doing. Should also say I'm car rank number 6 in this particular field. That's based on your I rating. Now, I believe my I rating is probably a little high at the moment for my skill level, because I've had a couple of races where I've not been particularly fast, but I've not fallen off the track, and that's given me some pretty good finishes, which I'm fairly pleased with. But it does give you a higher I rating than perhaps I deserve based on speed.
1 minute 54.976. You got
What's that?
10 laps to go.
Adage to finish first, or in my case, top 5 would be lovely. First, you gotta finish. So I say top 10 is the minimum requirement, shall we say, for these races. Top 5 is the aim. to win would be considered impossible, I should think. I think he outbraked himself a little bit there, and he covered off the corner, so I wasn't able to go round. Say I'm still a little nervous of him, not necessarily him, but generally drivers in this car. It can be a very twitchy car. You get the wrong gas to steering combination and you can turn the car around very, very quickly. Still very early in, we're just completing lap 3 of 12 laps, so
1 minute 53.451.
oh, I took that corner a bit sharp. Oh, and got on the gas a bit too hard. You see the way it started coming round on me. Uh-oh. Where did the 11 go? It would appear the 11 had a technical failure with his internet connection, it seems. That's not the way I wanted to get round him at all. Obviously the first thing you think about when that happens is where's he going to pop out again. Right, got a guy behind me now, he's catching me up very, very quickly. He's obviously started further back. He's a bit of a charger. He's doing very well.
Left side.
I'm not going to get in his way at all.
Still there.
He's come from a long way back. I've just spotted him. So I gained my 5th place and lost it just as quickly. Still a long race to go, just completing lap 4 now. We'll turn that on about now so we can see whether we're getting better.
5.022.
Let's try and get a bit smoother through there. Find it quite difficult to get in on the gas out of that corner without it spinning out on me a little bit, so probably losing a bit of time there. Maybe a fraction too much speed through there, although it seems to work to start with. Really compromises your exit speeds. So I still think I should be able to knock off a second or two off my lap times here.
1 minute 53.45.
As always for races, I do just back off my speed a little bit than I do in practice, just to try and get that little bit of consistency and safety. And sometimes if I feel confident during the race, I gain a lot of that back again in the end. But I find this track is quite a technical track. It's a fairly long track. I wouldn't say I've struggled to learn it, I just struggled to get consistently safe on every corner. I mean, most corners I've had problems. Oh, started taking that corner too soon.
Slow car ahead. Car stop on the left.
Oh,
Go
boy.
right. One minute 53.633. You're back in fifth. Good job.
So that spinner has brought me back up to 5th place. So when I say I back it off a bit in the races, that just involves getting a little bit more careful on the accelerator on the way out, and maybe fractionally early on the brakes on the way into corners. See that corner there? I'm sure I can brake a little bit later, but it seems that whenever I try to brake a little bit later, I brake a lot later, and I end up in the gravel trap, which is quite a bit slower than going around the corner.
One minute 53.495. You've got 5 laps to go.
5 laps to go already. We've been enjoying ourselves and the time has gone by so very quickly. Fifth place, we've got a good lead on the people behind. Not insurmountable lead if they are faster. They will probably get that back. Just got to keep an eye on it. What are we looking at the moment? 6th place is 16 seconds back, so we'll just keep an eye on that and see whether we need to push or what. Oh, I locked the brake up a little bit coming into that. Had to get off it slightly. Oh, and I've run wide there. Whoa, you see it just started coming around on me again there. And I've lost all those 0.2 of a second lead. Well, advantage that I had over my previous best lap time. So we're now looking at 16.6 seconds, so if anything we're pulling away from 6th place.
1 minute 53.775.
So as I said on previous videos, this is an open setup series. So you can adjust your settings on your setup on this car. I don't have the skill at this stage to be able to do that. See, I don't really know whether I need to get the car to turn better or less better, or get more speed or what out of it. And I really genuinely think that my driving skill is the limiting factor at the moment. Unfortunately, 4th place has driven away from me now quite successfully. 8 seconds away, that gives him chance for a spin as well, I should think.
1 minute 52.999.
1:52.999. I actually think that's faster than any of my practice times. Where did I make that speed? I don't know. I'm glad I'm recording this. I might actually be the first viewer of this particular YouTube video and actually find out what I did on that lap.
You've got 2 laps to go.
So completing lap 10. As you heard the spotter say, we have 2 laps to go.
1 minute 53.474.
We're now 20 seconds ahead of the guy behind us. Oh, don't need to brake there. Don't know why I broke there. Oh, don't know, maybe that helped.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
5 laps of fuel to do 1.5 laps. I think I'm going to be alright. So yeah, the open setup allows you to adjust lots of things on the setup of the car. I don't do that. All I do is I adjust the gear ratio to make sure I can use top gear in the end of the straight.
White flag, one more lap to go.
Okay, I don't know where I made 0.3 of a second up over my previously fastest lap, but that isn't bad at all.
1 minute 52.702.
The guys in front are still 7 seconds ahead, so unless they have an incident, that's not going to be something I can make up. Sorry about my cat if you can hear her in the background. Well, made a bit of a mess of the second or the last third of that lap really, but I was pushing to try and do the fastest lap, but I'll take a 1:52.7 as my fastest lap of the race, and I will certainly take a 5th place. That is really is my limit of what my aims are in these kind of races.
Great job, you did really well.
So the only real sort of stuff we saw was the number 5 got out of the final turn a little bit too hot and spun around a little bit, and I was able to come around and take that position. He picked up quite a lot of damage on the outside wall there, so that's why he pitted, and I was able to get ahead. So here are the results then. There's me there in 5th place, 40 seconds behind the leader, who by looking at his iRating absolutely deserved to win the race. I increased my iRating by 18 to get to the 1300. Now that's way too high for me, I'm sure of it. Also increased my safety rating to 4.58 at the D class. I'm yet to do any D class racing, so I will obviously be promoted to C class once I've done some of those races, but no incident points again, so that's always good, and 47 championship points, which is not a bad haul from for one of these races for me, so I'm pleased with that. So we'll just have a quick look at the division I'm in, which is Division 6, and there I am in 1st place with a very healthy lead after taking part in 7 weeks of this championship. Don't worry about the other people not taking part in the full 7 weeks. I'm still pretty happy with my lead in this championship. If you enjoyed this race, then use the link on the left hand side there with the Mazda Raceway Laguna Seco to take you to that race. The link on the right for the Summit Point Jefferson race that we're doing next week. So once that's get loaded up, I'll put the link into there, or the link in the middle, which will take you to the YouTube playlist for all the races of this current championship in this season. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next week at Summit Point for the Jefferson race.